What do you think your purpose in life is?
My purpose in life? You know, life is all about experiences and serious. Man, that's a tough question. Yeah.
You don't really do icebreakers.
Yeah, no.
Go right for it.
Right to the chase, eh?
Purpose is such a heavy word, isn't it? No one seems to know what their purpose is or why they are actually here on Earth. As I'm about to graduate college, I can't help but think about my own life and the purpose set within me. I want to change the world. I want to have a family one day. I want to play soccer again. I want to have my own TV show. But what if none of those things happen? Do I still have a purpose? Our world is groaning. It longs for something much deeper. People are constantly chasing a conversation to be a part of, chasing a movement to be associated with, chasing a person to receive love, and chasing a degree to prove themselves. What if we slowed down a bit? Maybe chase some perspective. My friend Deb and I hopped on a plane to the Philippines to do just that. We joined Bob Tebow, who leads multiple trips a year to preach the good news of Jesus in the Philippines. During our journey across the world, we interviewed people, asking them what they thought their purpose was. Some people said to be happy, some said to be a good parent, others said to do good, and most people didn't know. One of the biggest things that stood out to me was the amount of loneliness people feel in this world. They look at happiness and a good life as a destination and not a journey. We see happiness, we see love through the lens of someone else's life, and we think if we just keep moving forward, we will reach that same happiness someday. And if we don't, then maybe it wasn't meant for us. Every morning, we would wake up around 4 a.m. to eat breakfast, load up the Jeeps, then leave by 5 a.m. When we were at one of the schools, a principal stood out to me, Dr. Melinda Cruz. While in her office, she told us she had worked so hard for a promotion she didn't get. With tears in her eyes, she told us that her best friend was elected superintendent instead. Surely God had a plan for this. Why would God allow me to work so hard for this position and then give it to someone else? To her, she would just be a high school principal. But to us, she was a godsend. She allowed us into her school to preach the gospel and then supported us in everything we had to say. It's evident she was there in the right place at the right time. Dr. Melinda Cruz wasn't the only one who was searching for answers on this trip. I was too. Much like Melinda, I'm left with so many unanswered questions about my future. I changed my major my junior year of college from medicine to telecommunications in hopes of being on TV someday. But I feel so inadequate. I feel silly. I feel like amongst so many other students in my major, I'm the least likely to get a job in the industry. Like Melinda, I shed tears wondering if God even cares about the desires of my heart. The first day I was in the Philippines, Pastor Bob Tebow asked me if I would preach at one of the schools. I said yes, of course, and I go up to the front and see a little over 100 beautiful little kids staring at me. But I was nervous to share the exact love story that has changed my life. Later at lunch that day, Bobby asked me why I was so nervous. I told him because I didn't feel prepared and I wasn't expecting to go up on the first day. He gave me a little remedy for nervousness. He said to lock eyes with each person and remember why we are here. That I am here for them, to give them something they don't have, which is hope in Jesus Christ. It's not about me, it's about them. Purpose.
He thought of you, and he thought of you, and he thought of everybody here. He loves you. Now, when they took him off that cross, and they buried him in a borrowed grave, in a borrowed tomb, they pronounced him dead. And he rose again 3 days later. He rose again 3 days later. And he did that so that he could live in your hearts forever, and so that you can have everlasting life. Isn't that special? Isn't that love? Isn't that something you've never heard about? It's insane and it's beautiful. And I came all the way to the Philippines to tell you that.
222,763 people decided to follow Christ in Iloilo, Philippines. This is what I'm on earth for. is to tell people of the glory of Jesus Christ. And so many Filipinos came to know Christ over the course of this trip. How could we as humanity reach happiness and goodness in this broken world? We lack grace in every society. We lack unity, we lack common courtesy, and we lack love. We have dreams that have yet to come alive. We have expectations that never seem to be met. And we have hearts that never seem satisfied. Okay, so what is our purpose then? If you say we all have one, then what is it? What were we created for? Key word is created. Anything created is given its purpose by the one who created it. God created us for a purpose. Jesus puts it plainly to us. He cuts out all the unnecessary rules and laws to live a happy and good life and tells us this: you must love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. A second is equally important. Love your neighbor as yourself. And just because your resume doesn't project your dreams, or you're struggling with a heartbreak, or you lost your job, your purpose didn't change, and neither did your hope. His cosmic plan has yet to be fully unveiled to us, but he also promises us in Romans 8:28, and we know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose for them. You see, whether I work at a restaurant for the rest of my life, become a full-time missionary in a foreign country, become a wife and a mom, or actually be on TV one day, I know my purpose doesn't change, and the same goes for you. Nothing can take the place of you in this life. Your fingerprint is unique to you. Your eye patterns are unique to you. Your skin color, your hair, your complete identity was given to you by your Creator. Love him and love his people. God has you right where he wants you. Just like Dr. Melinda, he used her for the good of our team and his message. We have to be okay with the idea that we were created for more than just ourselves. We weren't created to just merely live a happy and good life. We were created by love and for love.